Hello, Earthlings. It's time to reset your cultural dial. Coming your way next on your favorite device, from the Hoosier State to all the ships at sea, it's the Crawfordsville Peachcast. And now, here's your second or third favorite Dave from Indiana, Dave Peach. Warning, other people named Dave may also appear.
Untoasted, I'm Dave Peach, and I'm joined by
Dave Meyer. Glad to be here, Dave.
Dave Meyer, always good to talk to you, and what a season 3 it was.
It was, Dave. We had we finished strong, good diversity, and I'm happy that we're back, and we're going to have some more Godzilla, and see who we can squeeze this season.
I got to realize now that we're on YouTube, so people can see me when I look down at the thing, and then like they can, so they can see what I'm doing, and they can see my office and see what I'm wearing and all that good stuff. But today,
all that fun stuff.
Today it is a simple favor with our good buddy Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, and this is movie number 60, a 2018 movie. And, a lot of people may have heard the run-up to this, which was our last episode, where you did a different movie called A Simple Plan.
I did A Simple Plan before I went and did A Simple Favor.
That still tickles me.
And Dave, I got to tell you, and maybe because I haven't watched those movies where Anna Kendrick sings in, right? And I know that they're out there.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
And they are out there. So somehow in my mind, I thought, because looking at this, it looked like, that maybe a fun woman movie with some singing. And no, there's not a lot of singing in it, Dave.
Not a lot of singing. I may watch it someday. When I'm not binge watching shows that. Anyway,
feature Leah Thompson.
I don't even want to go into it. But did we figure out how to say the producer Paul Feig?
I looked it up. It is Paul Feig. Paul Feig.
Paul Feig.
Yes.
Feig.
Paul Feig.
You want to say fig? You want to say feig?
You want to say feig? Feig.
So
Paul Feig.
So it's kind of like Barney Fife, only Feig.
Right, it's that I before E except after C thing.
Feig. The novel was Darcy Bell. Darcy, her name doesn't ring a Darcy.
Doesn't do it, Dave. But Darcy does sound.
See it?
He went there.
Doesn't ring a Darcy.
Darcy.
I like Anna Kendrick.
Oh, you can't. She is. She bounces, and she's kind of. She can, I don't know, she plays this very well. I believe she could be a super mom, and I also believe she could have some darkness.
Champion vlogger. I'm not that familiar with Blake Lively.
I am not either. She's one of those persons I have heard of a lot more than I had seen.
She dates Ryan Reynolds, or are they married or are they dating?
I believe they're married.
Good.
And I believe he has several streams of income.
We understand. Is he? But he's not the guy that has the cell phone place, is he? The cell phone commercials?
I think yes.
That's that guy.
Yeah,
she's married to him.
Yeah, she's married to.
They're making
Deadpool.
some money, man.
Yeah,
they're making some money.
And he owns a gin company as well, I believe.
Huh.
And I think that may make
up
a
there.
Money.
We might have a bonus bag after we talk about A Simple Favor. That could be segment 3 because we've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things going on that we got to get with, including we got to talk about Bill Murray coming to the Indiana State Fair. I mean,
right,
that's coming your way. But next up, we're going to discuss the movie A Simple Favor. It is next on Untoasted. Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at IndianaRubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you. Simple Favor, Untoasted, Dave Peach, Dave Meyer. You know, you gotta love a movie that takes a kind of a classic. I can't think of a good word for watching the girls go by. Da 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 da, and then puts it in French or whatever language it was.
So bouncy, so happy.
Ba ba dum, ba da ba da ba dum, ba 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 boom. So cool. So cool. And you know, I don't want to really admit it in public, but I have been listening to some Fabrizio DeAndre. Fabrizio. And, you know, the guy, when you got a name like, well, we won't go there, but it was really cool intro music. And we are introduced quickly to Anna Kendrick, Stephanie, Supermom.
Mm-hmm.
We find out about her past, though she has a kid. Her kid meets Emily's kid. The kids become friends. Stephanie and Emily become friends. Their friendship, well, let's just say it. They become rather. How shall I say this? They what do they say? Too much information, or what's that?
Right.
What do they say when somebody's
TMI.
talking? TMI. There's
TMI.
There's a lot of TMI or a lot of MI or whatever, a lot of I going on between the two.
Absolutely.
Pretty quickly, but you know, you got to get it into a 2-hour movie, so you know, it's not like they have time to go on a picnic and bond. They have to bond immediately.
They bond immediately, and
sharing. There's a lot of sharing. There's a lot of sharing.
A lot of sharing. And you early on, you sense the Anna Kendrick character, and that is Anna is Stephanie. Anna is Stephanie, and
Blake Lively is Emily. Yeah,
is Emily, and you immediately see kind of the power imbalance in that what you perceive is that Stephanie, the Anna Kendrick character, is just innocent and naive, and just this do-gooder single mom, right?
Working her vlog. Hello, moms.
Working her vlog on
Hi,
making
moms.
stuff. Yeah.
Hi, moms.
Like a young Martha Stewart who's hip and a little nerdy. No, so the way it starts, it sets it up well. And man, I'm like, ooh, the Emily character is scary. She works she's like a high profile PR person for like some designer, I think.
That is
the name. I'm trying to the name of the designer.
I thought I wrote
David
it down
Nylon or
David
something.
Nylon, yeah.
Dennis Nylon.
Dennis Nylon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was creepy. And then Dave, at one point, because Rupert Friend, who I used to see on Homeland, played the David or Dennis Nylon character. Then we see Jean Smart, Dave, from Designing Women.
She's on, but that's later. That's much later.
I know. I'm just naming
she was not Charlene. Who was she? Norma. I forget what her name was in Designing Women.
I can't. She was the one that didn't get as much press.
Jean Smart.
But she's still at it. She's in Hacks right now on HBO.
Still doing it.
Good career.
Charlene.
Well, how do we describe this? Is kind of suspense.
I can't think of it. We don't know.
This is a suspense comedy drama. I don't know. How do we label this movie?
It's it's got the feel, the vibe of one of those CBS 9:00 movies from 1986 with Valerie Bertinelli or
Valerie Harper.
Valerie Harper, or what's a girl on Veronica Hamill.
Veronica Hamill,
somebody
Dave.
like that would be in this movie, and there'd be twists and turns along the way. But we do know that Blake Lively, Emily, has style. She's definitely got got style.
Yes, for sure. And confidence.
And she's got a lot of things going on. Now, the story moves ahead with the kids getting along, and they're doing this, they're helping each other out as far as taking care of the kids and picking up the kids at daycare or whatever. I'm going
Right.
to button the second button of the golf shirt. Just I don't know. I just didn't like the way
You
that
feel a little
looked. Yeah.
less comfortable there with the.
Well, it's a little. I mean, no, it's like it was showing too much of my neck. So
Okay,
I thought
well, you don't
and
need
I'm
that.
very,
We
I'm
have to-
very. I am pretty vain when it comes to
About
these,
your neck. Dave,
we're real quick.
okay, real quick.
My wife and I, she happened to catch me watching the movie Best Friends with Burt Reynolds and Goldie Hawn.
Oh,
And as Bert's getting ready as Goldie's getting ready for a party, Bert is getting ready for a party, and Goldie comes over in her beautiful gown and looks at Bert, and he looks at her and he goes, "How do I look?" And she said, "No wonder you like that movie."
Dave.
God bless Burt Reynolds. Anyway,
No, you've got a nice neck, and I'm like,
so
you.
how do I look? How do I
You
look?
look good, Dave. And I have a thing like I've become a button-down collar guy over time.
I need a stylist. So really, what kind of propel? I mean, and at some point in the movie, Anna Kendrick's character Stephanie picks up Nikki, and Emily goes AWOL.
Yeah, basically, you can. I mean, there's some other parents that are like aware, and they and they see the two different dynamics between the Emily and Stephanie characters, and it's like the Stephanie character wants to have a friend, right? And they're all kind of scared and impressed with the Emily character. So then it becomes like, wow, we're friends. So she keeps saying, I'm your friend. We're friends. So it's like she gets sucked in, and the other parents even say, oh, you're watching the kid. So the whole MacGuffin of this is the simple favor is, hey, I'm bogged down with work. Can you pick up my kid, take him home, and let him spend the night? I think was.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, MacGuffin, a plot device, often an object, event, or character that drives the narrative and motivates characters, but is ultimately insignificant or irrelevant to the overall story's meaning or resolution. I don't know if you're using MacGuffin correctly in this movie's context.
Well, in my mind, it brings what starts the plot, I guess. It doesn't really.
It propels it does propel the story forward.
But then really, in my mind, then you kind of you're in the dark for a while though, really. I'm
on YouTube. I can't belch.
You can't belch, Dave.
No,
or
I
you
can't.
have to.
I mean, I could turn my mic down. I'd have to kill the screen. Anyway. Go ahead,
Dave. We need to get you
another drink. Well, what do you do on YouTube for a cough button?
Yeah, exactly.
Look
Where's
off.
Curtis
Look off screen.
Button?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to look off screen.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to work here.
My Garth Brooks Madonna event mic here. If I go this way up, then it mutes me out, Dave. So if I have to, I got a lung puppy that needs to.
I could kill the video.
You could kill the video.
Okay.
You could. That's it.
See, we're learning as we go.
Yeah, it's important stuff.
And we're talking about a simple favor. And so ultimately, Emily's character, Blake Lively's character, she goes missing, and Anna Kendrick, Stephanie, is concerned that her friend is nowhere to be found, and she's got her kid.
Yes. So, yeah, at first she's just basically curious and nervous and wanting to help, and she's trying to get a hold of the husband. She goes into where she works and tries to get the employer to listen to her. And along the way, you see this kind of slow transformation of innocent, naive character who is not exactly, right? What we learn is that she is all those things, but she's much more.
She's got, as they say, everybody has a dark side. Some of us are better at hiding it than others.
Yeah.
Should we just throw out some things that are going on? Okay, for one, we know that Emily's got a husband, and he is played by Henry Golding.
Okay.
He did a fine job there. Now,
yes,
we find out that Stephanie's dad is dead.
Yes.
We find out that correct me if I'm wrong, we find out that Stephanie's husband is dead.
Yes.
And we find out that in an accident that claimed her husband, her brother was in the vehicle and died as well.
Right. And we don't really, there's no significance to that at first other than just the losses.
Okay. Then we find out that Stephanie was very close to her father. He was the only person who actually understood her.
Yes.
He's the only person that understood her. And there was a half-brother. We should be talking, it's her half-brother.
Half-brother.
Who shows up at the funeral. And I guess he was nowhere to be seen before, but he decided, I mean, to me, if you're not in somebody's life, why show up for the funeral? I mean, oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Here I am. Nobody knows who I am. Oh, you're my half-brother. Well, good to meet you at the funeral. I mean, like, okay. I guess. They made him go.
Right.
So she sees her half-brother, and she realizes, she goes, oh, golly, he looks just like Dad. Just like Dad. And how do we say this nicely?
They had a moment.
They had a moment, okay? And they had a moment. And her husband found out about the moment, and that's where they drove off in the car, and they both die in a car crash. So in one,
and it looks like in the flashback, they're insinuating that maybe he drove into something.
Yeah. So she lost two of the men that she was closest to. So, So that's what happened there. Now we find out that Emily, her body turns up. Emily's body turns up.
Emily's body turns up, and it turns up with basically the autopsy reveals she had like major liver problems, and she had basically tracks from a lot of needle use, indicating a heroin problem.
Yeah, which didn't really line up with Emily's lifestyle. And I think they found her in Michigan.
Right. At the place where they grew up near the camp where they went to, which it kind of got a little foggy there as to all the relevance of all the things.
Okay, now, folks, listen up. Because very soon, in no short order, in no short order, Stephanie, the Anna Kendrick character, starts having an affair with Blake Lively's Emily, the husband.
Yeah, not ex-husband, because
she's dead.
They're not divorced.
Or dead. So,
but she is attracted to him.
Yeah,
and not only that, she also has a.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing. It's just the way they were attracted to each other.
Yeah, it's apparently. But she also is intrigued by the, I'd say, the fashion or glamour of, Stephanie's life that at least it looks like she could possibly step into. Which,
it gets it's very complicated at this point.
Yes.
And it's really, if you're going to watch the movie, or if you've seen the movie A Simple Favor, if you're going to watch it, there's a lot of things that, if you don't want to know what happened, we're going to go into some of them right now. One, we find out that there's a $4 million life insurance policy that's been placed on Emily's life. So there's going to be $4 million coming to Henry Goulding, Emily's husband.
Yes.
We see a lot of logging, which to me, as far as an open investigation, it seemed to be a little bit out there as far as getting
a little loosey-goosey.
It's like, hi, moms, my friend's been missing for 8 days now, or hi, mom, my friend's body turned up in Michigan. Hi, moms, my. Hey, you're leaving some of the stuff out that's going on. Let me tell you that. You ain't telling the moms everything, honey. There's a few details you're leaving out.
I think you're missing a few things.
Yeah, I think that they're rather significant. we find out that Emily, we find out all sorts of things about Emily, very mysterious. We find out things from an artist. I'm not really sure where the artist hung out.
I think the artist was in New York because there's like she's driving from Connecticut, but she's not driving far. And the impression is that the artist had an affair with what she thought was Emily, but she says no, it was Claudia.
Yeah. We find out that Emily has a twin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We find out that Emily has a twin. Emily faked her death. She shows up. They go, "Hey, I saw Emily." Or, Nikki, her son says, "I saw Emily." And they go, "You didn't see Emily. You didn't see Mom."
Yeah.
But she actually did. He actually did. And so then it gets into this kind of almost an ending, kind of like I thought I was watching Paul Newman and Robert Redford in The Sting. It was,
yeah, because exactly the way that Redford was shot, or in this case, the husband slash boyfriend slash lover slash college English professor or whatever he is.
So I know we've kind of raced through the movie. I watched it about a week ago. You watched it yesterday. You've got some things that you want to talk about. The soundtrack is very catchy.
Yep.
I do note that a movie made in 2018 is a lot more. I guess I'll say its content is a lot more mature than a movie that we did like in 1980 Xanadu.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's almost right.
There's no. I don't know. How can I say this? There's no. I'll just say that it's very mature. It's very modern.
It is very mature,
modern,
and I think
whatever you call it. Yeah.
It's a reflection. I'm standing up, Dave. I'm breaking a law here on the YouTube, but adjusting that a little bit. So, I think, Dave, like our attention. This is indicative of attention spans, right? I mean, because some of the movies we've watched, when they came out, they were on at the theater, and that was it for a while. And then maybe they made it on TV. But, I mean, very deliberate. Therefore, you're in there. Therefore, they're not having to maybe re-recruit you the entire movie. 2018, when this comes out, I mean, this is they have to do a lot, it feels like, to keep us engaged. So they're introducing, I mean, it's not just that somebody shows up, a stranger in town for the funeral. It's the long-lost half-brother, and let's introduce a romantic relationship with a first-generation relative. I don't know. And then, Dave, at what point were there triplets? At one point, I couldn't tell if she was lying when she said. Yeah. So. There's a lot of plot twist in this. It didn't bother me. I kind of enjoyed it, but I do believe you're onto something, that the creative in the story here has to work a lot harder, it seems like.
There was a little bit of Stephanie and Emily, perhaps. I shouldn't have even said that. I mean, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah,
well, and that's part of it. And Dave, okay, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves too, always, but isn't there been a sequel to this?
Yeah, there's a simple.
Okay,
another simple favor.
Okay, another simple favor.
I don't think there's another simple plan, but
there's no more plans.
There might be,
but one more favor. Okay, so now based on that, would you want to see the sequel?
What else?
I'm the same way.
What else do I have to do?
I'm
curious.
I'm
what
curious.
Else do I have to do?
But you're not going to the fact that it would be available on Amazon, I'm already paying for it, might help, right? That's part of it.
A lot of martinis.
And at some point they said, if you get to the key lime pie, they name check key lime pie. If you get to the key lime pie martini, you've gone too far.
Anna Kendrick does Nikki have any dietary restrictions?
So good, Dave.
I love that.
So good.
I love that. What does it all mean, David? What does a simple favor mean? What's it all about? Because there's a lot of people that I read some reviews, and a lot of people think it really got out of hand at the end as far as the plausibility factor. It was just a little bit too. It just kept going and going and going, and they say I read one review. It was an okay movie, and then it just got really silly at the end.
I think they could have, it kept going. There kept being more reveals. And at some point, you needed one to be bigger than the others. And then, as I've heard from people say before, good endings are fast endings. Like, if you get there and then you kind of dawdle and reveal more, it's kind of, you lose some of the power. So this is an interesting movie that is sometimes uncomfortable to watch.
Paul Feig did Bridesmaids, Ghostbusters, Freaks, and Geeks.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Kendrick, we've talked about all the movies. I'm not that familiar with Blake Lively, but she was decent in this movie. Anything else you want to add?
I'm trying to think of any notes. It was that vlog thing, really. I mean, because it looks like there's a lot of it that looks like it could be today, but it's just that term. Because, if you go back to...
Hi, moms, my friend's missing.
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
Hi, mom.
Hi, moms, my friend's been missing for 4 days. I just don't know. That just kind of stayed with me.
But that whole, blogging. There was blogging that went on, and then that evolved to vlogging, right? Is that what we're saying?
It's a video blog. Yeah, now
vlog.
A vlog.
Now you stream, you go live, you do, it's
chop it up in 32-second bits.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. It's a lot. I tell you what, it's a lot to if you look at what it takes to make it on the World Wide Web, there is a lot there. A simple favor, 19. I always think we're doing 19, but no, it's 2018. 2018. Love the soundtrack. Watch it. And we're back. We've got some mixed bag stuff, including some definitions.
All right. I'm excited.
Very important to keep track of the definitions here on the Untoasted segment dealing with the movie A Simple Favor. Segment 3 on the way next. Untoasted, Dave Peach and Dave Meyer. Mixed bag time. Now, you have these things that you throw out there, and I have to write them down so I know what they mean.
Okay. What did I throw, Dave?
Zeitgeist.
Okay, what does it say? What is the
defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time.
Wow. Big. It's big.
I'm still trying to figure out what that means. The defining spirit or mood of a particular period of... So what would an example be of zeitgeist?
Oh, I would say, okay, as an example, going way back, Bob Dylan. This folk singer becomes somebody who supposedly speaks to a generation and gets thrown up there. So, yeah, that would be one. It's probably one of those terms that gets thrown around more than it should.
Would it be somebody like that wore bell bottoms in the early 80s?
See, that's where zeitgeist, I think they're trying to say it's got to be culturally relevant in a way, not a fad, not a trend.
Not a fad. Okay.
I would say. That's mine, but I don't know.
The defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history. It would be like a pioneer, like back in the 1890s, the 1880s.
Yeah, it could be
pioneer, the pioneer spirit, the defining spirit.
Right, the Roaring 20s.
Roaring 20s, I got it.
Or, it was in the 80s, we were, it was consumerism,
yes.
Started to kick off. And then, what was it? Time magazine, it's probably been 10 to 15 years ago, but it was the person of the year was you, right? Because it was the cultural, Flavor was everybody's 15 minutes was happening kind of thing.
Moving on, Easter eggs, hidden references, inside jokes, or secret messages deliberately placed by filmmakers for fans to discover.
It's a fun thing, Dave.
And red herrings. Anything that misleads or distracts from the larger questions or mystery at hand. If it misleads, purposefully or not, it's a red herring. That's from screencraft.org.
I like that. Red herring's a fun one.
And your favorite, MacGuffin. We talked about that. A plot device, often an object, event, or character that drives the narrative and motivates characters, but is ultimately insignificant or irrelevant to the overall story's meaning or resolution.
Okay. There's an old one that I think of, The Maltese Falcon. Name of the movie and bring the plot, but ultimately not a part. What's another one that's probably more, I would say, well, I'm trying to think of like modern day movies that have been like big reveals. Like there was a movie, The Crying Game. Okay. Do you remember The Crying Game?
I remember The Crying Game.
Okay. Yeah. And it was a song by Boy George, but in the movie, the character, I think it's an Irish movie, and basically the character that you, as your protagonist, basically falls for a nightclub singer. And the reveal is that she is not a she. Big reveal. Big reveal. But what is that? Is that because in the end, I would say that was a MacGuffin. Really, but it propelled the plot, but it did not. In the end, it was, it was about other things.
Man, these are deep.
It's crazy, Dave.
I need a Schoolhouse Rock.
We need.
It's a MacGuffin.
We need a multiplication rock.
It's a MacGuffin. Because I totally understood everything they did in Schoolhouse Rock.
Exactly, and I hope and pray that today, if
place, or thing. I mean,
how do I become a bill?
Man. Yeah, give it to me. Extra, read all about it at a Closer magazine, and we did learn Bruce Boxleitner. You know Bruce Boxleitner?
A favorite.
He is going to appear at what is called the Hollywood Show. It is actually June 6th and 7th. It's in Burbank, California, and there's going to be a Bruce Boxleitner and Kate Jackson reunion. Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Hello.
It's going to be one of the big events at Hollywood, the Hollywood Show. And what the Hollywood Show really kind of looks like, at least I watched it, I saw some of the events online, is, well, Bruce is also going to do a thing for Tron. I think he's going to do a thing for the Star Trek show that he was in as well. So he's going to be well represented at the Hollywood Show. But
the bases.
But they've got a list of celebrities that are going to sign autographs. You can get a picture taken, and you buy different levels of participation, and you can interact with these celebrities. 89 celebrities. You can go to hollywoodshow.com, and it's going to be at the LA Marriott Burbank Airport Hotel. You ever been there?
I think I've definitely been near there. But it sounds, these things are becoming more mainstream. I noticed like the last one they had an Indy, like the type of people. They get a lot of people. It's not just, the fifth guy,
But this is the Hollywood Show. This is not like Comic-Con or something like that.
Right.
This is Hollywood. And
they probably, they live out there.
I could read some, and like one of the musical people, Stacy Q, who's going to do all of her hits.
Okay,
Stacy Q will be the musical guest, and I'm thinking, this is just the most wonderful thing I've ever heard of in my life. You go to Hollywood, and you meet a bunch of people that were like the fourth or fifth actors on shows or something like that, and you just have the time of your life. Of course, Kate Jackson, she would, she's definitely not the fourth actor, but it just, I don't know, it's kind of warmed my heart to see all these people, and they're going to, like the surviving cast members of Leave It to Beaver and so
Yes.
forth. Yeah, that kind of thing.
No, and I mean, it's probably been a great for actors that were no longer getting the phone calls. It's probably a great way to supplement income.
And did you know Bruce Boxleitner's daughter Melissa is married to Timothy Busfield? Of course, you didn't know that.
I did not. I like Timothy Busfield, former 30-something and Field of Dreams bad guy, and he played. Was he in
Field of Dreams? Field of Dreams,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he played the bad brother-in-law.
Yes. Now we're going to go back and forth here because we don't want to just say who's this guy married to, but we're going to go back and forth here, and I'm going to let you tell us who they're married to. Michael McKean. Now this has nothing to do with we're done with the Hollywood show. Okay, go to the next one in Burbank. Michael McKean. Who's he married to?
Annette O'Toole, Dave.
You are correct. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis.
We're going to go with her husband, who has been known as Ian.
Yes.
Saint Ian. Mm-hmm. Or more famously, her husband is Christopher Guest.
Callista Flockhart. You're correct. Callista Flockhart.
Callista Flockhart, yes. I would go, Dave, with both. She's married to Dr. Jones and Han Solo, that being Harrison Ford, the most famous old carpenter in Hollywood.
Kyra Sedgwick.
Ooh, Dave. I got to say this, and it's she has a great mouth, Dave. Just a mouth that I like. And I respect her husband, and he's Tim Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Tim Bacon. I did say Tim. That may be his brother. Do I know the Bacon brothers, Dave?
How many degrees do we have there?
How many degrees? Okay, first of all, I don't
maybe
think
you
Tim
need one of them to get that name right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So terrible.
Oh, so good. Okay.
So bad.
So Kevin Bacon. We got more, Dave?
Well, they're so easy. Michael Douglas, of course.
That would be Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. And, of course, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Here's a trick question. How long have they been married?
The answer is they've never been married.
They've never been married. George Clooney. You know George Clooney?
I do.
George Clooney is 63. He's a Reds fan. He grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. His dad is Nick Clooney, who actually not only was a Cincinnati newscaster, and he was always styling. He had a game show. He had a game show called The Money Maze.
I did not know that.
It was on ABC, I do believe, and he was also, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm glad you're here. Wasn't he a host on AMC as far as the movies go?
Yes, he had some role on AMC for sure, and in the movie,
is he still alive? Is Nick Clooney still alive?
I think he is still alive.
Okay,
I think he's still alive. I might need to check that. But in the movie, The Monuments Men, which I actually liked. Maybe it could possibly be an Untoasted movie because, Dave, it was definitely Untoasted. But in that movie, there's a scene at the end where the George Clooney character is in a modern day setting.
What movie is this again?
It's called The Monuments Men. George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman. It's a good cast. So I'd say it's a possible late, but anyway. In that movie, the very last scene, they have George's father, Nick, playing George as kind of the older version. Kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, George's big break, and his aunt is like Rosemary Clooney, right? Or something. Or
yes.
Nick's sister is Rosemary.
Nick's sister, Clooney. Rosemary, yes.
Got it. Okay. George's big break came at what age in 1994? Do the math.
Well, Dave, I'm not good at math, but I'm going to say it was it ER, Dave?
It was ER, and George was how old when ER came on?
I'm going to go 32.
33, you're correct.
Okay, I'm close.
And, one thing about George Clooney, he left the show at the right time. He didn't do a McLean Stevenson.
No, not too early.
He left it at the perfect time and, of course, went on to make movies. He's currently worth $500 million. Wow.
And I don't know the entire but I know at one point there were a lot of guys that he was friends with growing up as actors. There were like 16 of them, I believe. And at one point, and I think he sold it they had a tequila company and they sold it or something. But basically, he gave each of his friends, he brought all these people together, didn't tell them, and each of them had a suitcase in front of them that contained $1 million in cash. And he also, I believe, paid the taxes on it as well that they were going to have to pay.
Man.
So he'd covered all that. The only caveat was if either all of us take it or none of us take it, basically. And some of them were feeling guilty because they were wealthy people about taking the money, and some of them needed the money. So they ended up figuring it out. But I mean, he just wanted to, because these people had been a part of his life when none of them had anything. He wanted to note that because he says, I've been blessed beyond, whatever. So George Clooney seems like a good dude. And I would think, Dave, some of that Midwestern upbringing can't be a bad part of that.
And again, Closer magazine, George Clooney, his wife is a mall, and they have 7-year-old twins. He's 63. He's got 7-year-old twins,
Wow.
Alexander and Ella.
Yeah, they're going to be good-looking kids, Dave. And I'd imagine they're going to be well-read as well. I think mom is like an international lawyer. And, the only thing lately, he's on Broadway, and he's playing Edward R. Murrow, and he's got his hair dyed shoe polish black. And so when I see him, I think, you okay?
He's making, they say, $300,000 a week for the 10-week run of, you mentioned it, Good Night and Good Luck, the Edward R. Murrow sign-off. And Edward R. Murrow, a journalist extraordinaire, I don't know how to describe
kind of the grandfather of TV news coverage, I guess, or the patron saint.
So that's your George Clooney update. Of course, it's on. I think it's going to be on CNN or something like that, and you'll be able to watch a replay of it. First time, they say the first time that they've ever had a live show on Broadway on TV.
Wow, I would think that would have happened in the 50s or something.
I mean, we've been
Playhouse 90 Days.
We've been doing this quite a long time, and I came up with a new phrase. Are we ready?
Okay, Dave, I'm ready.
And I don't know if somebody else came up with this. And
okay,
I'm just
get the crack research staff on.
Okay. You're in a profession and you subscribe to a magazine, and
gotcha.
it kind of like you've read it for maybe 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, and you get to the end of the magazine, and you know what? You say, that's just the same rah blah blah.
The trade rag needed to spit out another issue.
And it might go into that coach speak category. Yeah. But I don't know if anybody has that, or it just kind of came into my head a couple of days ago. It's the same old rah blah blah.
Same old rah blah blah. No, Dave, that is original.
We think
I'm telling you that I haven't heard that, but I'm gonna use same old rah blah blah.
Yeah,
some rah blah blah.
You can use it out there. It's free.
A little bit of rah, maybe a little more blah blah than the rah.
Rah blah blah. They don't know how much. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You know.
Dave, I like rah blah blah.
Rah blah blah.
Rah blah blah. It's someday, Dave. That may be its own podcast.
Always be closing. All that stuff. Well, I think that covers it. Next up. And
what's our next movie, Dave? Since I gave us two simples,
I want you to write it down. I think you're gonna have to respond to the email to make sure.
Uh-oh. Okay, Dave, I've got from your order Elizabethtown.
Elizabethtown.
Okay.
Our first Orlando Bloom movie. Have we done it? And we've done a Kirsten Dunst movie, or Kirsten Dunst. How do you say her name?
I believe it is Kirsten.
Kirsten Dunst. We did Dick.
We did Dick. You're right. Good callback, Dick.
And
Dave.
We stay in this century. Very rare for us to stay in this century 2 movies in a row. The 2005 Elizabethtown. I
think this one feels, you're bringing up George Clooney. This is in the George Clooney area, right?
Yes.
We're across the border in that Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, further down in Kentucky. Yeah, this is a Cameron Crowe movie. People think of Cameron Crowe movies as like Almost Famous or, I don't know, Vanilla Sky or whatever, but they don't really usually choose Elizabethtown, Dave. And we have, for a lot of reasons. One, the soundtrack.
Yes. And I think Paula Dean's in it.
I believe you are correct.
I believe there's a lot of
she's
cooking.
good. She's good, and she at one point she's talking about one of the gentlemen in the photos that had an extra nipple. I believe, Dave.
that I forgot about that. I can't wait.
Oh, it's coming, Dave.
I cannot wait.
That's a part of Elizabethtown. We're not gonna skirt over.
He had
any
a
of
T-shirt. Good things come in threes. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
We are at the end of this Untoasted segment, Dave. We thank you for your time.
Dave, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Dave, we almost forgot, or we did forget, and hopefully they'll loop this back in to talking about Bill Murray. He's going to be at the Indiana State Fair at the Free Stage, and what's his band called?
It is Bill Murray and the Blood Brothers is the name. But Dave, if someone was going to say to me, Bill Murray's going to be at the Free Stage at the fair, I would think some bad things had happened to him.
So, now here's the deal. Kevin Costner was on the Free Stage at the Indiana State Fair.
He was too, with his band True West or something West.
So if you're not really a thought of singer, why not go to the Free Stage?
Now, Dave, since we were talking about this, I believe Keanu Reeves, and he has a band that's like, I forget what it's called, but he plays bass, and I think they also played the Free Stage. And maybe, I know this is a callback, Dave, but maybe the Bacon Brothers as well.
Tim and Kevin?
Tim and Kevin, and we have not yet confirmed if Tim is Tim or not. But that's,
now,
Bacon Brothers.
Do you think anybody in the audience would, or do you think that Bill perhaps, because, I've seen some of these big celebrities and they end up kind of doing something that they're known for just to kind of get the audience into it. Do you think Bill would in any way, shape, or form break into a little Nick the lounge singer act?
He's got to, Dave. He's singing. He's got a microphone.
It is the Free Stage. It's the Free Stage, though. They're not paying anything. Now, if you
right.
paid $100 or $400 or $800 to see Bill Murray, you might expect him to do a little Nick Wings or Nick whatever he was at that particular stage, but perhaps not.
Sorry, Dave. We were slightly interrupted by a little bit of the Mountain Goats. My ringtone there, if you heard it. Bill's got it. He's got it. I would think he's going to tell some jokes. He's going to tell stories. He's going to break into Lounge Act. He'll probably do Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's Bill Murray. So part of me is like very interested, but also like I'm curious as to what kind of crowd. I mean, there's people that go to Bill Murray movies, but they're old and they haven't gone to as many movies lately. Right?
No.
So I wonder what the look of a Free Stage crowd to see Bill Murray.
That's crazy. That will be.
That'll be no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. To see Bill Murray sing, you would have Bill Murray perhaps at some theater talking about being Bill Murray.
Yes,
with memories and things like that. And maybe that's part of it, but I would that'll be an interesting sell as far as himself coming out, because obviously he's going to draw the biggest applause of anybody there. He's going to mention the great members of his band, and people are going to see, really, we came here to see Bill Murray. I guess he would have to win us over with his songs.
So I imagine I'm guessing it's an act. Like he's probably got it down pretty well. So I don't know. Part of me is like curious now. Go on YouTube, see if anybody's captured any Bill and the Blood Brothers. Maybe see what they're doing.
Let's do some research. It is Untoasted. Next up, Elizabethtown. I'm Dave Peach. He's Dave Meyer. This is Untoasted.
Thank you for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast. If you enjoyed it, follow the podcast and ring the bell so that way you'll always be up to date with the newest episodes. We'll see you next time.